I'm not uploading my vlog from yesterday, so I'll try to give you a rundown. But I'm just, by the way, it's Wednesday, the 13th. And I'm crying to God because I don't understand. Nothing of this makes sense to me at all. I cannot, no, he's not, I'm not drawing closer to him. I'm not being a testimony to others around me. None of the things that you hear, read, or preach to is happening. I look at me and my mother. The woman is lost in an abyss in her brain. Why keep her? Why? I was just saying to my friend Julie, I said, if one of my kids had scraped their knee, I'd immediately pick them up and bring them in and clean it up and cover it and take the pain away immediately, as small as a scrape on their knee. Why is Jesus just leaving us in this state of horror? He's a loving God, and he allows this to go on and on and on and on and on. And I will never in a million years be able to say, I understand. Not until, well, not a million years, I guess, when I'm in heaven. Yesterday I walked, and then I laid out for a very short amount of time because my head was so lightheaded and woozy and spaced out and dizzy. And yet I still had to go to a store, drive myself to a store and go to my mother's. And I just pushed, even after all these 4 days of constant having to do things. I'm not doing better. I'm not doing well, and I'm not adjusting. Just so you know, I just do it because I don't have a choice. It's not like I have a choice. If I had a choice, I would just lay down and go to sleep and never wake up if I had a choice. I don't have a choice. I'm being tormented. I am being beaten on. So let me tell you about a conversation I had to have with my granddaughter. She's 5. She says to me the other day when we get to the park, come on and swing. Nope. Come on and slide. Nope. Come on and race with me and play hide and seek. Nope. 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 Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Why? I'm sick. Why are you sick? I don't know. Why can't you do it? I'm sick. Why are you sick? I don't know. I said, just pray for me. And she says, I don't hear God. And I said, well, most of us don't, honey. We just have to believe he's in our heart and in our minds. And she said, well, why won't Jesus make you better? I said, I don't know. And she said, maybe he doesn't love you. I said, oh, not that I don't think that half the time. I said, no, sweetie, no, 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 no. Jesus loves all of us. Then why won't he make you better if he loves you? I want you better. Why won't he make you? Why doesn't he want you better? This is a 5-year-old. I said, I don't know. Maybe he wants me to be sick. And that made no sense to her. She's going, Jesus would want you to be sick. Then I realized that was the wrong thing to say. And then she goes into me talking about me dying. I guess she has these conversations sometimes with her mother. All we can fathom is ever since my mother-in-law died, because nobody else has died in her life, and we don't tell her we're dying or anything. I never say that to her, but she said, Gimme, when I get older and I'm going to need a bigger bike, will you be alive to buy me my new bike? I said, I sure hope so. She said, well, when will you die? And I said, when I'm really old, maybe by the time you're all grown up and you have children and your children are grown up, because everybody gets old, honey, and we all die and go to heaven eventually. She said, well, when's your birthday? And I said, in December. And she said, is that when you're going to die? And I said, no. And then she got very upset. And she goes, Cami, I don't want you to die. I want you here. I need you to be with me. If you die, I have to go with you. I want to die so bad. My dialogue with Christ every single morning is, don't make me do this. Do not allow me to put my feet on that floor one more time. I don't want to. Take me home. That's how miserable I am. That's the reality of my life. That my head, I would give up anything to get my head back on. If it meant I'd be in a wheelchair, I'd do that as long as I could think and not feel dizzy and spaced out. I'm sorry. This is raw. This is the raw, because it's just too much. My daughter says, oh, Mom, don't tell her that God wants you sick. We don't know the mind of God. And I said, oh, believe me, I have no idea. I thought I did before I got sick. I was so grounded in my faith. And now I'm not. And Jesus knows it. I'm not saying he knows my thoughts. He knows every thought I have. So me saying it out loud doesn't matter. Just done. I don't know how I can keep going on. My body, I feel like I'm going to just end up having a massive heart attack, or I'm going to have a stroke. Something major is going to happen, and I don't want to survive it. I want to just go, because my body is so weakened. I can't swing on a swing. I can't run from one end of, even a slow run, I can't run from one end of the yard to the next with my granddaughter, my grandchildren. I can't slide down a slide. I can't do the most menial tasks. And it's not because of my body. It's my brain can't handle it. Oh, if there was any way I could end this, I would. If there was any way that I could be assured heaven and end it right this second, I would. But I can't. I have to sit here and endure the suffering every minute of the day. I've been watching this vlog of this young man who has been followed by hundreds of thousands of people. He's known all around. I think he's made it around the world, actually, on YouTube. Does a vlog on it. He was doing a vlog on his mother, who had been diagnosed with Lewy body disease. It's a type of dementia, in her early 60s. She passed away yesterday. I want to say she was 65, 66. I'm jealous of her. So jealous of her. And she's done. It's a long fight for her. She had a long battle. But he talks about before she was diagnosed with this and real sudden things were happening. He said that she had problems throughout most of her adult life, and what they were, or mental, or I'm not quite sure. I know that she was on medications for depression and stuff, and then this happened, and it's like, Is that what's going to happen to me? I just watch my mother and think, there's no point in this. There's absolutely no point in her being here. If this is what her brain, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. She's not familiar with her surroundings. She's not, I mean, she still recognizes me, and one of her aides doesn't recognize any of the other aides, doesn't recognize the nurses. She doesn't know who, she doesn't even know the lady who lives across the hall from her for the last 2 years. Doesn't really know her. I mean, she'll think about it. What? Why? Why is she here? Why is God keeping her here? Can somebody please answer this question? She's not a testimony. She's not being used. Her faith is not being strengthened. She doesn't even know how to pray anymore. Why? I never ever imagined myself being in this predicament. Never. Never understood adults backsliding. When somebody would walk away from the Lord as an adult, I'd say, how can you walk away from God as an adult? I understand teenagers because they haven't experienced life and their minds are still growing and their brains are still growing. I understand that, but adults who've served the Lord, most of their life and then decide, oh, I'm done with this and walk away, never could understand that. And I'm not walking away from God, but now I understand how you can question it and think, maybe everything I thought is just not true. And when your 5-year-old granddaughter looks at you and says, maybe God, Jesus doesn't love you. Because that's the only thing that makes sense. If Jesus loved you, he wouldn't leave you like this, Gammy. I don't know where to go with the LDN. I want to stop it. Half of me wants to stop it because of the hair loss, because people have reported major hair loss with it. Major. And then part of me says, stick it out until I get to the 2 milligrams and do that for 2 weeks and see what happens. I'm not going higher than 2 milligrams. Nope, not going to bother. I'm not going to bother with it. It's too much money. I've been on it long enough. The only thing it's done is taken my lymph nodes down and relieved the chronic neck pain. But if that's all it's going to do, it's not worth it. I wanted more. I need more. And then now where do I go? What do I do now? So I'm going to try to get in the infrared sauna because it's cold and rainy for the next 2 days, and I cannot get in that thing when it's hot and muggy. And so I'm going to try to get in it today because I feel like if I don't do anything, I don't die. And if I do things, I don't die. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm truly at. I am miserable. So when I tell you about all the things I've done with my family and that I'm grateful that I've been around my family, yes, I love them, of course. But I'm miserable. I am purely, without any doubt, miserable. Miserable. I just finished the treadmill. Honestly, I thought I was going to pass out. I really did. I got that bad. And I wanted to stop. I usually can just, I don't know how I didn't stop because I wanted to get off the treadmill so bad. I thought, I can't finish. I'm like, Elaine, you have done this for years and you've always finished the whole routine. You've never stopped in the middle of it. You've always been able to finish. And I wanted to stop so bad. Something has gotten worse. I just think that the LDN is is not doing me any good. And if I could just make up my mind about whether I stop it, and then where do I go? What do I do? Beamer? I don't even know what that thing costs. And I'm traveling across the city to try it out umpteen times to see if I even want to buy it. It's like, no. I can't see myself doing that either. Can't see myself doing much of anything lately. But I don't know where, I like some of you, I just don't know where to go. And I think a lot of times with some people, they'll try all these new things. Believe me, it's not enough of you who watch me, because there's only a few of you. There's a handful that watch me, and I don't believe it's any of you. So I'm not speaking about any of you. They'll try new things, and it's like, I'm so much better. My mind is clearer. I'm not as dizzy, and they almost sound like, I have found the golden ticket. And then lo and behold, guess what? Oh, no. And in the time I've watched some of these people, that has been the norm for them. They try something, and this is it, and then it fails. This is it, and then it fails. I almost feel like it's a placebo effect, that they are just convincing themselves in their brain this is working, and you can be so headstrong that you can actually start to feel better, because mind over matter, right? I can't do the mind over matter thing. I guess my age, I'm too old, I'm too decrepit, I'm too beaten down. It's either I definitely feel better and I stay feeling better, or nothing's happening. But I don't have this, this is it, I think this is working, I think I'm all better. Oh no, it didn't work. As you know, by watching my vlogs, I don't know. I don't know what to do. As most of you don't. We all don't know what to do, where to turn. I've said it in the past. I'm not going to use up all our savings to try to get me well, because there's no guarantee. If I had a guarantee, that'd be one thing, but this is not my home. This is not my home. Heaven is my home. And if God wants to take me, he's going to take me no matter what I do. And if God wants something to work, he'll make a way for me to have it. That's my opinion, is that I'm not going to bow down to the money god, trying to find something that I could be just flushing my money down the toilet. So, and I go back to, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I just know that I'm not well. I am not well at all. And this is not psychological, because I could be completely distracted with all my family around me. See, I know anxiety. And when it's anxiety, you can be distracted and come out of it. No, I'm always off balance. I'm always spacey. I'm always having trouble with the male debarkment, with the movement in the head. I always have that. Always. Doesn't matter who's here. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't go away. It just simply does not go away. And, my neck. I too, like Jen, go back to, it's my left side of my neck, and I feel the gravitational pull to the right. But I have all this, this is where all the lymph nodes have been swollen, and I still have like a knot in one of them. It's not popping out like it had been, but it's still, this side of the neck is definitely different from this side of the neck. The feeling, the pain, everything. Of course, this is where I'm supposed to have had the herniated discs, so. It is a glum. My windows are dirty from rain, but I don't know if you can see that. It's really gloomy out, and maybe in the mid-60s but it's supposed to get really hot again over the weekend. So I'm gonna go turn on the infrared sauna and get it charging up. I did my treadmill and sweat like unbelievable amounts of sweat when I'm on that treadmill. More than I ever did before. More than I ever did before I got really, really sick. I'd always get a little sweat up here on my forehead. Now it's my whole face, my neck, my chest, under my arms. I mean, I'm dripping. It drips down the side of my face. I sweat profusely on that thing now. And I'm not doing any different. I put in the same program I have for years. Same program. So what does it tell me? I don't know. I wanted to mention, I'm missing carbs big time. I am having a real struggle. I wanted potato chips so bad last night, and I'm chewing gum. I started chewing gum now because to try to do something in my mouth, because I just want potato chips. I want rice. I don't crave bread, but I crave chips and, tortilla chips, any of that kind of stuff. Crunchy, chips, salty. Whew. How many days has it been now? I don't remember how many days it's been since I've had any of that. I can tell you what my meals have been. Like yesterday I had 2 eggs for breakfast. That was it. Just 2 fried eggs. Lunch was carrot sticks and hummus, and dinner was some cheese and chicken. That was it. Day before, huge salad with turkey and cheese on it. Hummus, I've been eating a lot of hummus, and I'm gonna go make up a fresh batch of it sometime later on today. Homemade hummus. But that's how I eat kind of the same things. I'm trying to, and a lot of fruit in between. I'm getting apples and cantaloupe and some grapes and bananas and blueberries. I'm, fruit in with that, by the way. But I'm wanting the carbs. And I haven't lost any more weight. I lost 3 pounds, and then nothing has happened as of the last time I weighed myself. I'll weigh myself again at the end of this week and see if I've lost any weight. Because I'm doing this partially to lose weight and partially for my blood sugars. Now, my blood sugar yesterday was 102 fasting, which is still above the norm, but it's better than 126. And today it was 109. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, I'll catch up with you later on or I'll talk to you while I'm in the sauna. Right now I'm trying to catch up on some vlogs. I have not watched anyone's vlogs at all, so I'm trying to piece some vlogs here. Jen, you're amazing. You went to the movies. That's off my list. I wouldn't even attempt it. I understand why you did it. You want to function. You want to feel like a normal human being. But that's right up there with me getting on my daughter's boat. Absolutely no way. I know that my vestibular system would go freaking out if I tried to sit in a movie theater with the movement of the screen the noise, the people, being in a theater that you're sitting like this, you're not even on a flat surface. So even that, everything about a movie theater, I know I haven't been to the movies since the movie War Room came out. How many years ago did War Room come out? That's the last movie I saw. I just know it's right up there with not getting on the boat. My son-in-law keeps saying, "This summer you're going to get on the boat. We'll bring you to shore if it's too much." I'm going, "You don't understand. I can't walk from here to there. You think I'm going to get on a boat?" And believe me, I've said it a million times. I love being on boats. I've done it my whole life. Been on boats my whole life. I just know I cannot do it any more than getting on a trampoline or a swing or going down a slide. There's things I just know I cannot push myself to do. Driving is something that pushes me to my limit. And I do that because technically sometimes I absolutely have to. I have to get to the store for my mother. My husband's not available. I've just got to do it. So, all right. Babbled long enough. Sorry. Keep ranting and raving. Talk to you guys later. Hi. Turn this light. Did that help? I don't really care. I never got in the infrared sauna. I opted out of that one. Just felt like I didn't want to push my dizzy, wacky, feeling lightheaded any more than I already did, so done nothing today. Talked on the phone with my friend for a couple hours, literally. So, just wanted to sign off. I made a decision while I was on the phone with my girlfriend talking. Tomorrow night I raise the LDN. I will finish out the prescription, which is 2 weeks. If there's no change and I'm like I am today, I'm done. I'm done. Can forget the LDN. Move on to the next snake oil. That's how I feel. If I could just see somebody get better on something, truly recover and get better on something. But I don't see it for any of us who I converse with and watch vlogs, etc., etc. I don't know. Praying I don't come down with Coxsackie, because though it's very rare in adults, I've had it twice. 2 years ago, I had it twice in the summertime. And my youngest grandson has got it pretty severe. He's got blisters in his mouth, hands, feet, rash on his body, high 104 fever. And that was been going on over the weekend. Today, the other grandson Preston, and my granddaughter, both running fevers. And then this late afternoon, my daughter texts me saying that she's taking the oldest, Lincoln, to the doctor's. He has an infection on his thumb, earache, and a plantar wart. All 4 kids are sick. So I've been with them quite a bit. We'll see what happens with me now. Like I can afford to get any more sicker than I already am. So clearly I've been in a very foul mood the entire day. Started the paperwork for putting my mother in a nursing home. He had a talk on Monday with the case manager. had a good talk with the nurse manager, or whatever you want to call her, on Friday, and it's time. I can't take care of her anymore. It's time. And as much as I don't want to do it, as much as I think it will devastate her to be moved to yet another unfamiliar surroundings, although the place she's at now, she's been there 2 years, and suddenly it's not familiar to her, so I guess it won't really matter. But my sister reassured me that this is the right thing to do. She said, so once they do get a bed open for her and move her, the only time you need to go and see her is when you want to. You won't have to go over there for any other reason. Wherever we place her, there's no places close by. Good half an hour, 45 minutes away from me, all of them, which will make it even more difficult, but what can I do? So I'm going to end this now. End it by saying I honestly have no idea where I'm going to turn next. I don't know what to do. Next time.